Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing today? So today's date is May the 15th. It's a Sunday. It's about 9:30 in the morning. I've been getting into a really good rhythm lately of just waking up very early, walking my dog, exercising, staying healthy, and especially looking at the market. Just to let everybody know, I will be fairly busy for the next few 2 weeks about because I'm moving and packing. So finally, we bought the house there in Old Town Istanbul, and we finally get the opportunity to move very soon. So let's take a look at Bitcoin on a higher macro time frame, and more importantly, let's also look at coin market cap to see where coins are trending today. As we all know, that the biggest and most volatile coin that we've seen pretty much this year would probably be Luna. Unfortunately, there's a lot of different issues right now with Luna, and Do Kwon is still figuring out if it's even possible to revive and save Luna. He's thinking of burning tons of Luna coins and coming up with a way of distributing based off of, for example, who is supporting the blockchain and trading during those specific times above $1. So there's a lot of news on Luna, but I think that the volatility is now officially gone. I'm not really looking at it anymore. I've made some killer gains on Luna this month. Probably one of my biggest profit months for one specific coin of over $50,000. So very happy with that. Yesterday I took in 7,000 alone on just Luna, and about 11,000, or sorry, 4,000 on Luna, or sorry, 7,000 on Luna and 4,000 on Mana to total $11,000. So coin market cap here, we see that the market bounced very heavily, right? We got a really big dip for pretty much every coin, gave us a rally, and now we're slowly correcting. Some coins like Ethereum got a nice bounce too, BNB got a nice bounce, XRP nice bounce, Cardano, pretty much every coin got a bounce because no coin is immune to Bitcoin rallying. When you see a coin like Bitcoin rallying to the upside, you're most likely going to see a lot of the alts get carried with it as well. And because of this, it's a good opportunity to perhaps catch a long on some alts. Not all alts are going to rally heavily. For example, if Bitcoin rallies about 10%, which it did, some alts will rally 40, 50%. Some alts will rally 5 to 10%. It just depends on the coin that we're looking at, and of course the project itself. Tether gave us a nice scare there, dropped down to 95 cents and then went right back up there. I'm not sure what was up with that. I haven't done too much research into it yet. And other than that, we see tons of coins just take this huge dip. Some coins, of course, are not even recovering. Leo's is not recovering. CRO's not recovering really. So we see the overall market right now trending at $1.2 trillion here. We reached a much higher high than that earlier previously, right? Before, of course, the biggest high we've ever reached was over here. That was in October 29th, or around the November range of, we were at $2.8 billion. Now we're trending a little bit lower, of course. Over the 1 month, we're slowly dropping in market cap for total cryptocurrencies. So that's got to give us a little bit of a scare. We're slowly recovering. The low we reached was 1.175 trillion, getting back up slowly. So this is indicating that some faith is being restored, especially since Bitcoin bounced here as well. Some of the top trending coins that we see, just based off of gains here in general for 24 hours, right? These coins are not important to me, okay? Like a lot of them are not, but just sorting it here by 7 day, right? 7 days, we're over the week, we're seeing some coins slowly recover, and hopefully some of them will get to the green very soon here as well. Just looking at the overall market, it's slowly recovering, but we're still unsure of what could possibly happen here in the future. I turned up my volume a little bit on my microphone, so this should be a little bit more clear. The new house that I'm going to is going to be much more clear. It's a wooden room, not that much sound bounces off of it. This room that I have here, I put sound panels everywhere, but the acoustics are not good, so I apologize for that. So let's take a look at just the general market here and see how Bitcoin is doing. So I'm usually doing my technical analysis on Bitcoin on Binance. I'm doing it on a log scale right now. And what we see is that, of course, some massive rallies. Whenever you're looking at a higher time frame, try to keep it on a log. And just let everybody know that about this. I'm entirely sold out already, unfortunately, of this. I was only offering a few slots this month, and I decided to add a little bit more. I've got 2 different packages. You're welcome to DM me to get on the wait list for June, which is just coming up around the corner. These wait lists, they fill up pretty much instantly. So I've got 2 packages. One's for the people just slowly getting into crypto, and they don't want to invest a lot in themselves yet. And the other one is for the serious trader that really wants to take their education to another level. So I've got 2 different packages. One is the 375 package. It's on sale from 875. You get 6 months of Discord with me. The second edition book that's being sent out after May the 21st. And you also get the course version 2.0, but you only get 12 lessons out of 53. So it's a really good introduction course. The best thing that I can recommend that people do, I hear it all the time, is like they get liquidated. They're losing all of their money that they put into the market because they don't have any formal training. They haven't done a lot of research. There's too much information out there. So this package here, it's a really good introduction for you. For the people that want to get really serious in trading, you get a chance to trade with me for life. This Discord group is definitely going to be around for a while. I have no plans of shutting it down, so at least a good 4 or 5 years, I'm guessing, that I'll still be trading before I retire. I'm looking forward to retirement when I'm maybe 42-ish, around there. My wife is getting pretty old as well, you know, so she's my age, so I'm not wife yet, actually. Still fiance. Wife later this year. This is for the serious trader. You get a lifetime Discord membership, the second edition book, and also the entire course version 2.0 that I remade this year. And I've won tons of publications from websites like Bitcoin.com as a top analyst. Many websites have written about me as a top trader. I've made more than 7 figures in day trading alone. That's not even counting my long-term investments. I've got a good way of educating people in a way that's clear and it sticks to you. And it's also really fun. Got one of the biggest Discord groups in crypto that's really active. So if you would like to get on the wait list for either of these, please make sure you're DMing me and I'll make sure that you get priority for near the end of May or early June there. So Bitcoin right now, we see that on the weekly. Let me turn on my EMAs here. I only use the 200 EMA now, and also the 200 EMA and the 55 EMA. I don't use any others anymore. So on the weekly here, we see the low of these candles right around here, right? So there's a chance that we would fall right through there. If we fell through there, we honestly would have went right back to around the $20,000 ranges, maybe even lower, because there wasn't really a decent support level below reaching the high of around 20K there, of the all-time high that we made in 2017. So thank goodness we end up getting a nice recovery wick of about 13%. It shot down a lot lower than people would like, but nevertheless, it was a good bounce opportunity. You don't see it here, but the 55 EMA, we never got below the 55 EMA since June of 2020, which is a long time ago. And now we're finally above the 50, or sorry, we're probably, let me stand corrected again. Sorry, I'm catching my words, I'm mixing up my words here. We're below it now for about 5 solid weeks or 35 days. So now the goal, if we find a resistance and if we actually end up rallying, we're going to rally another 40% to try to get to this high there. But of course, we've got tons of obstacles to face around this particular area first. Okay, that's a big area right here. So we got to find major resistance around 32.5, 37.8K. And in my opinion, it's all about dollar cost averaging, okay? DCA is the acronym for it. And with DCA, you just never know where you're going to catch the bottom. You don't know where the bottom is. It's impossible to guess it. But what I do know is that during major dips, right, if we remain bullish sentiment for the long term, for example, this is my watch list for my long-term holds. Okay, BTC, Sol, Axis, DOT. Just for now, this year that I've added to it. And if you take a look, like these coins have fallen 80%, 1/5 their value. Right, some coins have fallen 1/8 their value. Sol has dropped down 1/6, 1/7 its value here. Okay, so because these coins are dropping a tremendous amount, it's a fire sale. It's like a sale where it's just everybody's selling based off of panic. And of course, they've got long-term potential as well. So my advice to everybody, just non-financial advice, would be to dollar cost average, because you just simply never know where the bottom is going to be. But if you remain with a bullish sentiment long term, for example, with the sentiment of the bias of Bitcoin will reach $100,000, well, you know, you're never going to catch the bottom. But as you dollar cost average, as it drops to lower points, then you got a really good chance of just being in the game. It's important to have some coins during the rally rather than no coins because you waited for a bottom. So my theory of, or my idea of dollar cost averaging, it's incredibly powerful because I know for a fact that there's a high probability that Bitcoin will get to $100,000 again. Or sorry, what, $70,000 again, or near 70K. And when it does break that, it will reach $100,000. It's a very psychological number. So now the question is, are we going to fall through here? Are we going to bounce down here lower? We don't really know at all, okay? So this is a really crucial time for crypto in general to figure this out here. We see the MACD slowly curving to the upside. Okay, it's curving to the upside over here. On the daily, the RSI is getting pretty low here as well. We're getting higher lows finally, right? But we just don't know if it's going to bounce because we've seen much lower lows before. I mean, if you zoom out, we've seen it get way down to 17s. We've seen it get down to 12s, right? So during major bear markets, we got this one to 11. Major bear markets, the RSI just doesn't really care if it falls down below 30. Despite it being oversold or overbought, it can go well above 70 or well below 30. It just depends. So right now, I'm going to have to keep my my bullish sentiment. Assume that we're going to make some higher highs right now with Bitcoin and just play it step by step as a day trader. Because we did seem to get some highs here, like that made a pretty decent rally. But the only trouble is I'm not able to count it properly, right? I'm not sure if that's literally a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just something like that. And now we made a correction, and now we're attempting to break to the upside. You take a look at coins like Sol as well; they're hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, perhaps, right? So these counts are hard to definitely nail down. Axis is choppy. Dot as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So they're really choppy counts, and they should be like that. If it was an impulse wave, it should have 5 impulse waves going to the upside, and if it does, then great, there's a possibility of getting another one. But because like it's so choppy as well, it leaves a lot of doubt in the market to see how these fractals are being divided up. We do see the 12-hour chart curve to the upside, so that gives me some bullish sentiment that there might be a rally. But keep in mind that these are incredibly lagging indicators, and as they're a lagging indicator, we're not going to get official confirmation of if this is going to rally or not. The rally might have occurred already, and by the time it crosses over, the rally is already done. So these lagging indicators, they take a compilation of previous price data and they formulate an average, but they rely on past data to formulate the point that it's at now. And because of that, you're going to get information that lags, so it's not real time at all. Real-time analysis is price action, just looking at candlesticks, RSI as well, right? So those are really nice for me to gauge. That's how I was able to make a gigantic profit on Luna, just trading it by price action only on the lower second time frames. So my sentiment long-term is of course bullish. Right now, short-term, it's bullish as well, but we need to break some higher highs for us to get to any price point that's reasonable. One major trend line that you should all have on here is this one right here, okay? So this trend line right now that I'm drawing for Bitcoin, it's important for you to acknowledge because it's now been formulating. It's now been forming for 11, or sorry, how many days now? For 5 days here. So I would recommend to have an alert, put an alert there like that, go to greater than every time, choose the sound that you like, okay? Like that, for example, I like that one, and just keep dragging it lower and lower, lower as it goes to the trend line. So for example, if it was here, you would have put like this region, you would have put your alert around there. As it gets lower, you just want to anticipate a possible break. So I'm moving into here now, where if it breaks above there, I'll know right away. And another important thing is if you're going to trade the breakout on Bitcoin, great. But what I like to do is I like to trade alts. Instead of trading Bitcoin, I'll look for an alt that has the potential to go to the upside in a heavy way that can rally with Bitcoin and get carried up. So all I can say for now is keep your resistance trend lines drawn like that. Let's see if a break is going to happen. The week is ending today, and the weekly candle is looking pretty decent, still pretty bearish. But then again, of course, we got a few good days to go until we're going to get a definitive direction of what Bitcoin's going to do. So we don't know exactly when, right? But we see that forming once again. And of course, as it squeezes into an apex, something is most likely going to happen. You can even draw it something like that for now, right? Something like that just gives you a really good idea of the possible apex that it may reach, which is most likely going to be actually in 2 days, by tomorrow probably. So from here to the end of this apex is only 22 hours away. So stay tuned. Are we going to get a breakout to the upside? That's really important. So I'll talk to you guys later. I just wanted to give you an update, and we'll go from there. And once again, to the people that would like to get on the wait list for this awesome package of mine, DM me and I'll be more than happy to get you on a wait list. Bye now.